What is up, everybody? It's your boy Triple G93 here, giving you another commentary match of a Halo Wars 2 game that I played. This one specifically, I wanted to try out a very aggressive build, but it's not like one base play. So the theory behind this is that if I feel like I can safely get that second base, I can put in my production there to be able to go ahead and produce what I need to from there to keep the power nodes in my control. I feel like having control of the power nodes, it's a very strong play, especially in the early game. Now, there are some downsides to this build, right? Grabbing this expansion is a risk. If I grab it too early or if I make the wrong read, it is a problem. Unfortunately, as you saw there, Light Green went and took the supplies that were supposed to be mine since I am mid. A little bit unfortunate in that regards, but it is what it is. It's not something that's worth getting upset about or mass pinging or anything like that. And so I am going to use the other Marines to start going after the nodes right away. And so this is a simple supply gen opening where I am prioritizing getting out just full economy going in regards to the 4 building bases. So we'll see how this develops as we progress, and going to keep producing Marines, going to get that supply going. And right, this is an economy build, but I want to try and grab that second base as soon as that second gen is done upgrading. I should have enough to get exactly 500 supply, 200 power, and so we'll see how that math turns out in that regards. And so blue is helping me out to get the node on the left hand side, which is pretty awesome. And we're still going to spend a little bit of the supplies to go ahead and upgrade another supply pad and continue producing additional Marines. I want to keep producing as much Marines as possible to help in this endeavor that I'm trying to go ahead and do. And so now we're going to focus on the middle node, only because I feel like that's the next move. Green's going to go ahead and get the right node, and so I want to play a little bit cautious here. I want to make sure I don't overcommit, but here's what I'm talking about. I have just enough supply, so I want to go ahead and try and grab that as much as possible. Cannot produce any Marines at the moment, so I want to go ahead and upgrade this last supply, so then that way I can start producing double Marines when need be. I am going to get heavy metal, and also I am playing as Forge, so I do get a little of economy boost as a whole, but going to keep producing the infantry that I need. Going to go after these power nodes, and we want to try and capture mid as fast as possible before the enemy starts showing up. And so it is a gamble. Yellow has started showing up on that left hand side, possibly grabbing another base, but we're not entirely too sure, so I'm going to fall back to my base just in case. We're going to keep getting those Marines, and we will get that grenade upgrade down the line if I'm not mistaken. And so this base is going to end up finishing up really soon too. There's that grenade upgrade. We do have 3 power nodes, which is pretty strong, so I'm going to go ahead and help reinforce green. And turns out red has a lot of Yap Yap units over there, and so he's going in for a retreat over there, which is pretty nice. And there's that first barracks, there is that second barracks, and now we're going to start producing Marines in that mini base as well. And then we're going to go ahead and get that armory up. So we do have grenade upgrades. We are double producing Marines at the moment, and then we have our 2 barracks hot grouped on our left and right D-pad, so we can go ahead and start producing flamethrowers and snipers to go ahead and deal with the infantry that is there. So one thing that I am incredibly bad at is the ability to go ahead and read what build I'm going to do based off the leaders that I'm going against. So it works out in this regards because red is Yap Yap and yellow is also Covey. I think going infantry play against Covenant is a pretty strong move. And so now yellow has shown up with a bunch of grunts. We are producing flame vets, and now we're also going to start producing snipers as well. I want to try and prevent that capture, but we're going to see how well this does. And so he does a straight move to my army. We're getting some great grenades off, and we're going to clear out everything that we see there. So that was a great find. We're going to go ahead and get that infantry upgrade as well, and we're still going to keep producing the Marines that we need. But you take a look, red has shown up into the battle for mid, and so I'm just going to go ahead and retreat a little bit. We still don't have a Forge Hog. I want to be able to try and get a better hero to try and fight this, but I don't feel like we can't fight this. But I do wish that we had a little bit more units than what we currently have. But luckily a lot of it is just cannon fodder, and he throws out the please don't shoot, so I stopped building the turret, build that gen instead, and just keep producing the infantry. right? That's just the plan behind this. I have a great economy for the first base, and so now we want to try and get this node back if possible. And if we're able to get this node, that's going to be very good. So he's choosing to go ahead and try and engage with this, but once again, I am zoning him out pretty well. We have the grenades, we have the infantry, and now we're going to go ahead and capture that node. And we are going to keep getting more Hellbringers, and we're just going to keep going. And so blue was able to do what he had to do, which was take that base out on that left hand side with the elite enforcers. And so things are looking really well for us right now. And so he does a TP straight to yellow's base to start hitting their production. I want to go ahead and try and assist, but let's go ahead and try and capture that node as well. And then I noticed in the mini map that red is starting to go ahead and help him out, so that is my cue to try and hit red's base all the way at the bottom. So we're going to go with heal instead of scatter bomb, because I believe going heavy metal with heals keeps your army alive, and you end up getting more value in the long term compared to trying to do a scatter bomb and trying to time that correctly. So trying to get my infantry into a better position. We're still not in Tech 2 yet, but we do have a bunch of infantry. We're throwing out all the grenades because we want to clear out this base as fast as possible so we can go ahead and retreat. And now we're going to get our sensor tower and get everything set up in that regards. And we're holding all the nodes. We got max pop pretty much, and so things are going really well for us. And so now we ping over here to make sure on the right hand side to make sure that we can go ahead and make sure that they don't have that secondary base, so we can crash on that. And we're going to patiently wait for Tech 2 to go ahead and come in. Once Tech 2 comes in, then we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. And so looking, second base was never grabbed. It's like, okay, that means we can go ahead and see if there's anything that we can do and fight in mid. And speaking of which, there's Yap Yap over here. So Y move goes down, it lands on one of the Yap Yap guys, and he's going to end up dying right away. We're also throwing mass grenades in the second Yap Yap. He ends up going down right away, and the snipers kill the last hero. So all three heroes end up going down, and we're getting all the infantry upgrades that we need. We have plenty of power, and a cleansing beam goes down, killing a lot of green's units, but all my units are still relatively still alive here. So we're still looking very strong. Pop a heavy metal right where I'm at, and then we're also going to pop a good heal. Orange's Spartan is able to get away, but once again, we just have so much units. We're just killing everything that's happening over here, and it's level 1 infantry, mind you. And so with the Forge Hog giving the extra defensive boost, there's just no way they're going to be able to push us whatsoever. And so we end up slaughtering everything that's over here, and red ends up self-destructing. Yellow is doing some work against blue at the bottom hand side, but at this point it doesn't even matter anymore. Went to check up on that. It's a couple marauders, and he does have engineers, so it's not looking good, but everybody else ends up self-destructing. And so I feel like this play was pretty strong, just given the map as well, right? I believe the larger the map, I don't think it's worth going infantry play as well. So I want to continue to improve in that area, see what I can do to figure out the right build that I want to use based off the maps and the leaders that I am going up against. It worked out really well here, 99 to 65 and a level 1 as well. And I went 2 for 35. Teammate went 13 for 3, and my other teammate went 6 for 3. So all in all, I thought this was a very cool build that I just wanted to show off in general. So hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, have a good one. Have a splendid one. Hope you enjoyed the wars. And that's it for now. G out.